to Refuse to Lose. My name is Joe Jordan. I'm your host today. Today we're going to talk about the Brooklyn Nets, and we're going to talk about, James Harden. Now, James Harden has been getting a lot of criticism all year. How he's not the same. He's playing at a all-star level. Some people say all-star. Some people say he's not. And people are saying that he needs to play like a superstar for them to win. Now, here's the thing about this whole situation. In the early stage of the season, James Harden looked like a shell of himself. Really did. He was looking for fouls. He was hunting free throws, and you can see it. And then, maybe 15 games in, he looked better. And he came out and he said that, he still have the hamstring injury he had over all season. It's still lingering. I mean, he's still out of shape. Not lingering, but he's out of shape. Also, he mentioned that he's still trying to figure out when to learn how to pass and score. But you look at him now, since he came back from COVID, we've been seeing the old James Harden. All right. We've been seeing the old James Harden. So remind you, he's been out since like December 13th. And he came back. He was clear on the 23rd. And on Christmas, he played his first game back since being on the COVID list. And KD's been out since then. So these last two games, KD has not been there. In these last two games against the Lakers, he had a triple-double. He had 36 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds. He shot 37% from the field, and he also had 3 blocks and 4 turnovers. All right. So, and another thing, James Harden is playing about 40 minutes a game. So what's is not good? I don't believe that's what happened last year. He played a bunch of minutes, and then his hamstring got torn. Not torn, but his hamstring was bothering him. And then you look at last night against the Clippers. Now I understand the Clippers don't have Paul George. The Clippers are the Clippers, people I believe are underestimating the Clippers. I came into the season saying they would be a top 3 seed, but you have been watching them. They've been losing because Paul George's been out. Paul George got hurt, and they just been losing. All right, but with Paul George on the floor, they've been pretty good. And that's a pretty good roster they have too. And Ibaka just came back. Ibaka has been out all season. He just came back a few games ago. So against the Clippers, without Paul George, he had 39, 15 assists, 8 rebounds, and he shot 60% from the field and 44% from the three-point line. So, and that's only with 5 threes. He was 5 from 5 on the free throw line. He shot 5 free throws. That's it. Had 39 points. And guess what? The shocker right here, he had 3 turnovers. That's it. So that's why when we compare Westbrook and James Harden, it's like I was saying on the weekend special, I was saying Westbrook turnovers are more like, what are you doing? James Harden turnovers is more like he's being lazy, like he's not playing hard, and you can say Westbrook is playing too hard. So when James Harden is in his mode, he would limit his turnovers. Like he had 4 and he had 3, and I'm pretty sure the usage rate is high. So that's probably another reason why his turnovers is high. James Harden usage rate is probably higher. I haven't looked it up, higher than Westbrook. But anyways, back to James Harden. James Harden, he doesn't have to be the Houston James Harden for this team to win. Kyrie is coming back. So the fact that Kyrie is coming back only on road games, James Harden could play the role he played last year. Facilitator first, score if you have to. So last year with Kyrie on the floor, Kyrie is a pure scorer. I mean, he's a shooting guard. He's an undersized shooting guard, basically. He's a pure scorer, hands down. And he is a better scorer than James Harden. I know James Harden had years where he averaged 35. Kyrie is a better scorer than James Harden. All right? So James Harden game is more so step back 3, floater. That's it. Kyrie has a 4 package, 4 arsenal. And then KD, you have KD. We all know about KD. Leads leading scoring. So James Harden, it's okay, y'all. Listen, I said it, others said it. James Harden's gonna get back. He's gonna get back to himself, not to the MVP type James Harden, but he doesn't have to be that. He just had to be very good. If he's very good and great at times, then Yeah, he's gonna be okay. I know Tony's on a weekend special, and he talked about James Harden, how he felt as though him not getting these fouls is going to, shout out to Tony from Texas. He has a sports app. Shout out to Tony Sports app. He has his own. So basically, James Harden, he's in his own way, because this is what Tony was saying. He was saying that James Harden, he hunts fouls, and in the playoffs they don't really call that many fouls, and that hurts him in the playoffs. So Tony was saying that he felt as though this would help James Harden, as far as not getting him as foul calls against him. So when he entered the playoffs, he's not hunting for fouls no more. He can actually just play his game, which makes a lot of sense. All right, so y'all, the Nets are dangerous, man. They are forming. They are coming back and letting everybody know, like they're the team to beat in NBA. Now, granted, they haven't beaten a top tier team yet, really, but they've been handling business. James Harden been balling. KD was balling when James Harden was out. Now James Harden is balling when KD's out. Just when they come back, we gotta see how they're gonna look when they both are on the court again. So that's what I have for you guys today for the NBA, and I'll see y'all next episode. Thank you for staying to the end. We really appreciate that. If you are listening to this on you or watching this on YouTube, we would like for you to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and hit the notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, etc., we would like for you to follow us on those platforms. Also, hit the notification button so you can be notified when we're out. And last but not least, no matter what platform you're listening to or you're watching it on, share it with someone you know, and they could be part of the movement also. So thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.